So I be having to do, I don't know why I do it, but Miss Marquis Monday and Miss D. You see, I said it small. I'm like, is it Sunday or Monday?
It is Sunday, but I am Marquis Monday.
Okay, it is Monday, okay.
Okay, just bear with me, and we're having technical on this, but I
Okay.
will make sure that that's done definitely tonight, okay?
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with us here. The first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce our queens, okay? So if I could have Courtney Nix come up to the front, please. And then if you would join her, Charlie Hadley. Oh my God. All right, so first, Courtney, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Courtney Nix. I am Miss Juneteenth.
Good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, my name is Charlie Hadley, and I'm your Miss Juneteenth, Nevada.
Now, what the wonderful thing too is Charlie took the title, but as sisters, have you guys continued to work together through the year?
Yes.
Okay, so they built a sisterhood together. Did you get to do activities together?
Yes.
Okay, did you enjoy those activities?
Yes.
Okay. And I asked that question just because she's Miss Centennial Hills, she's part of what we call the Queen's Court. She didn't take a titled position as far as like the crown, but that's okay. You don't capture the crown, you capture a sister. So she has a sister for life now with Charlie, and they will continue to work together, and you'll look up one day and somebody will have a job that somebody else is really interested in, and it'll be like, Charlie, Courtney! And there we build, and that's how we began building the sisterhood. What was one of the first things that you did when we became delegates?
We did the shut-in.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 12-hour shut-in, but we did bond a lot, no matter how long it was. But no, it was lots of fun. We ate, we played games, and we danced party.
What about the Zoom?
Oh yeah, and we had an open Zoom call so people could join in whenever they, through the 12 hours, like say hi to us. And yeah, that's how we met lots of our supporters.
That was really cool. Yeah. One thing that you enjoyed throughout the program, just pick one. I know, so much, right? Think about it. Charlie, go ahead.
One thing I enjoyed the most was the podcast that we did with, was it Miss Talitha? We did a podcast with Miss Talitha, and she basically just asked us on our points of political and about schooling and stuff like that. I enjoyed that the most because as youth, we don't really get asked these questions because, you know, we're under 18, so it doesn't really affect us, but it affects us a lot. And so I enjoyed being able to voice my opinion on those topics.
Yes. Oh wow, there's a lot, but I want to say the family I've supported was like my favorite memories were with you guys. I got like a lot of major identity crisis last year, and they grounded me.
Good. How about the girls at Rush? No. That's with Talitha. Okay, but here's that. Yeah, I'm the spokesperson for that.
Yeah, I sure did.
That's a Pearson. There's so much, could do so much, I don't even remember what Let's take a moment and shift. We have some people that are just joining us. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Hey, Amara, how are you? How are you? You want to go sit up here? Yes. Okay.
I'm just gonna ask you to sign in for me, okay?
This is Maya's mom, Amara.
Hi. You go ahead, she can have a seat there.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's give it up for our queens in her queen court. All right, now I'd like to take a moment and I'd like to introduce you to the president of Juneteenth, Nevada, and that would be Ms. Deborah Evans.
How many more chairs do you need over there?
I think
Oh, needs a chair. Who else needs a chair?
There's two chairs over
there's
here.
two. There's two.
Thank you for coming out today.
I was third chair.
We look forward to working with all the young ladies. Hope that they come in with some dreams that we can help fulfill. We can teach them a little bit about their history, as well as, get them, we'll have the Queen, may go out of town and make some trips, so. There are, a number of things. Juneteenth, as you know, goes back to June 19th, 1865. So there are many years of history that we can help you learn that they're not covered in school. But once again, we've been doing the Miss Juneteenth Scholarship Program now for 5 years. And that will help you, with that first year when you go into college. If the money does not come to you as a queen, it will go directly to the school and be paid to the school for your supplies or your room or whatever events that you have lined up on your schedule of payments. So we pay directly to the school to ensure that everything is taken care of, and it is not paid until the young ladies actually make it to the college. But we've had some great young ladies. We've had some successful young ladies. We have, 2 in college? I think 3 in college right now. So, hopefully, we will get you into college. And college may not be what you wanna do. There are some people that really wanna do something like the culinary work, or, do hair, do nails. So we will work with you for a trade school also. You know, we take you on a one-to-one basis. We will work out things that will matter to you as well as to us. And once again, I'm gonna turn you back over to Marquis. Miss Marquis Mundy is our state director for the Miss Juneteenth program.
Thank you, Ms. D. She's being very modest, okay? Ms. D was instrumental in getting your holiday, okay? So that Juneteenth holiday that we now celebrate in the state of Nevada was partially because of Ms. D's continuous push in our legislation and working with our legislators, our assemblywomen, and pushing to get bills taken care of. So give it up for Ms. D. Modesty gets you everywhere. We're a humble bunch here, so I
We're
cannot.
family.
Yes.
Let's
yes.
put it that way. We're family, and sometimes there are family members that don't exactly fit in where we would like them to, or we don't fit in on their lifestyle that they would like, you know. But you've got that in any family. And we do have another bill in the assembly right now for Juneteenth Education, Culture, and Economics Commission, which will help put some more money into our programming to help us expand on books and other things that we would want to bring to the young ladies, possibly some road trips or some tours. So if you hear someone asking about that commission, tell them, yes, you want it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, all right. So as we continue to transition, as I call these things, we had the queens come up so that you could see the things that they have been doing, things that they liked and enjoyed through the program. But right now, I do want to ask that the parent come up, because you're the ones that have to deal with all of the activities. We do understand that our young ladies are not driving, so they're not bringing themselves to their appointments, they're not getting themselves to the events that we're doing. So it really is a family affair. And anytime you do get involved in a, I'm just gonna say pageant for the understanding of what pageant is, but then I'll break that down later. We know that this is a family affair. The whole family is involved with this process. If I can ask Charlie Hadley's mom to come up, Miss Corinna,
All right, hello everybody, I am Corinna. I am Miss Juneteenth's mom. That's the name that I've taken on. I'm like, I had an identity before she was in the pageant. Now I'm Miss Juneteenth's mom, but I'm okay with that. So I guess I'll just start from the beginning. So from the beginning, they met weekly for multiple weeks, and I was like, but it is a commitment, you know, they learned. And like they said, it's not a competition, because I kept telling her, like, Charlie, you gotta practice, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. But it's not a competition, Mom, it's not a competition. I'm like, it's girl. But no, they're, like you said, they are very humbled. It is a sisterhood. There is a commitment, and then even after the pageant, they have highly suggested, I'm not gonna say mandatory, but it's highly suggested that they go out and do their community service, at least a few times a month, and they keep up with that. Like she mentioned, she did podcasts, she did a lot of flag raisings throughout the city and even in Henderson. She had the opportunity to travel to Atlanta back in September for the national pageant, so we went out and we did that. They did college tours to the HBCUs there in Atlanta. They met some prominent people within the city, networked. TV, yeah, they were on the news. Fox 5, they did Fox 5 interviews. I was back in the green room like, oh my god. Yeah, it's an experience. It's an experience.
MLK parade.
Oh yeah, the MLK parade. That was so cute. That made me cry. I was like, oh. That's why I'm back here wiping my tears. You know, anything for my baby.
Right.
But yeah.
And please, if I could have Ms. Teresa come up. And as I said, it's not a competition. We have the Queen's Court here. And so, oh, please, anywhere that's comfortable for you. With the Queen's Court, nobody is left out.
Okay. Yeah, I can kind of piggyback on what you said. I like the fact that there was a lot of activities for them. Due to health reasons, if it was mine or hers, we didn't get a chance to participate in a lot of it, but just the fact that she had the opportunity to do it, you know, because it was made available to her. It was a little challenging with, you know, it was a good fix to try to help them to establish some type of boundaries as far as getting organized with trying to balance school with the pageants and any other extracurricular activity that they may have been a part of. I know like even like Sundays and Wednesdays are church days, and those were the days that a lot of the Zoom meetings and things took place, so it was challenging just trying to balance that. I think the first part of the pageantry where it was turning in like volunteer work to help with it. She had the volunteer work, but she didn't turn it in, waiting on me to do it. And it was like, no, you have to be responsible for doing your part in it. And my job is just to get you there at this point and help. The fashion shows, that was a lot of my favorite part, because her just being a little bit more on the healthier side, I just wondered how that would look, because everything was always based upon people's size and things. So I like the fact that she had an opportunity to just be herself and not feel, you know, less than, because she didn't look like everybody else. So I did like that. They went to Disneyland. She loved that. I loved that for her, so I didn't have to take her.
I didn't get asked.
So that was good. It was just a good opportunity, because it was even that, it was things that she could have added on even to her resume. She's due to graduate from college in 2026, but she's actually graduated 2 years early, so she's still, so even that hard push to get that part done, you know, she had to do that along with everything else that's, you know, kind of going on. She was due to start college on the 22nd, but took a fall. So that's been put on hold a little bit, but I do like the experience and everybody just, like she said, coming together as a sisterhood. I think that was important and necessary, and it's very helpful for them.
Thank you. Thank you for your dedication. Miss Teresa was one of the parents that was at what we call our pitch tournament. And during the pitch tournament, you have an opportunity to, what I call butterfly the room, and go around and you're learning how to speak, basically. And you're talking to business owners or parents or whoever, we had vendors there at that. And so they have the opportunity to have a bingo card, and they have to fill it out. They go to each person, and then at the end, they have an opportunity to do their 60-second elevator pitch talk. And it's just to get them comfortable with standing in front of a room and speaking to people that they may or may not know. So Miss Teresa was with us for that as well. So thank you. Thank you for reminding me about the Disney trip, because we have 8 sisters, I call them the super sisters, that actually partner with us as well. Miss Sparkle's at the top of that list, helping us out in the community, but whatever their jobs are, or whatever organization they're sponsored with, they will open their doors and allow us to come in and partner with them. So we are over at Durfield Strong Community Center, that center over there. And so when they do things, they open their doors and they offer it to us, and that's how you got to go to Disney Land. Yes, I'm thinking East Coast. So yes, Charlie also had that opportunity as the Queen to go to Atlanta. Each year the national organization has its scholarship program in a different place. This year we are going to Alabama.
We're looking at Birmingham.
Looking at Birmingham, Alabama.
Wow.
So as a possibility, yeah, the possibility.
That's
So,
huge.
but just to get us on track, welcome to the Multicultural Bookstore. Thank you, Sparkle, and thank you, Ms. Carroll, for opening the doors once again. Thank you for partnering with us. The scholarship program pageant that we have here is for our young ladies ages 14 to 19 years old. These are our young ladies in high school. Basically, you're a freshman to senior, and 19, depending on when your birthday falls, you could be a freshman in college. Our job is to get you to your goals, dreams, aspirations, and desires through education, mentorship, etiquette, and teaching you your Black history. To let you know that this brown skin that you're in is the absolute best place for you to ever be. We are the most creative people in the world. Okay, we are actually the smartest people in the world. They don't tell you to say that, but it's true. So what they've done in our society is they've kind of dulled us down to make us think that we should follow something else. No, when you think about it, look around the room and see all of the creativity that you have here. Okay, when you're looking at that lighter melanated skin, they have really one or two options with hair. Look around your room. We got all kind of options, and we use those things in everything that we do. We find a way to master up everything. And so in our Juneteenth organization, we want to bring that proudness into your spirit so that you truly know that you are the kings and queens of this earth. We laid the railroads. We paved the streets. We did the light bulb. We did the paint colors. If you look at it, we have been instrumental in everything. We love the elevator, right? That door doesn't close on you. Why? Because a Black man figured out that that's a safety issue, and we need to make sure that if it senses somebody's there, it opens up. That was done by our people. And the list goes on and on and on and on. But somewhere it gets lost in the sauce. And we wind up out here trying to imitate others. And we don't need to do that. We can truly stand in who we are, who we've been created to be. And in this platform, as the Miss Juneteenth Nevada platform, my job as the director is to bring out all of your wonderful attributes, all of the things that you shine and glow for. Sure, we all have things that we need to work on to get better at, and Miss Teresa brought that out as well. It's time to learn how to schedule. It's time to look at the schedule. We have Monday through Friday during the weekend, and we have the weekend. Okay, so if you want to have fun, you have to put it on your weekend or on your day off or where it fits in your family's schedule. Okay, those are the things that we have to look at. And we learn that process. That's a learning process with each of us. So this year, Tuesday, Thursday will be our meeting days. Tuesday, Thursday. Tuesday will be online, and Thursday. So what we do is we call it an 8-week road to Miss Juneteenth, and it starts in April. Okay, from April to June. This year our pageant is June 8th, which is a Sunday, which is different. We are at the West Las Vegas Library Theater, so it'll be in the afternoon at 4 o'clock. We precede our pageant scholarship program with a fashion show. Now, our queens and our queens of court, you are welcome to still be involved in that if you're available on the 6th. That will be on the Friday night, again at the West Las Vegas Library Theater. We do precede those things with fashion shows. Why? Because they're fun, people like them. It helps with your walk, with your poise. It helps with you being out in public, just having people look at you. Sometimes it can be just a little to be standing in front of a room. you know, but we work on that process. I will say that from the day one of the girls last year to today, you guys have grown immensely. Charlie will stand up in a room, they did reading during the summer program, they read to the children from camp, right here at the bookstore. So they have many, many opportunities. And one of the things that was mentioned also was that community service. So there are parts that are mandatory. As Ms. Sparkle said, she's saying that they will sponsor one of the young ladies, and there's a criteria. Well, we have a criteria as well. You do have to write an essay. You do have to do community service. You do have to have sponsorship, okay? And those things are mandatory. Yes, we did get all that stuff turned in. It's hardy, but it took a bit. But we all got it in. So I want to thank you for going through that process and working through. Right now, I do have a couple of things on the table that kind of show from last year what some of the things were we do. Charlie, if you don't mind grabbing, there are 3 books there, and you can kind of pass those out and just, they can peruse that. Next one, those, yes. Yes. And you'll see it's a flip book, and we'll probably do the same process again this year. Then that flip book, you can see on one side, you can see how the pageant unfolded, and on the other side, if you flip it over, you can see just the little basics from the fashion show. Though they should have already got those. If you'll grab the calendar next, please, and just stand for it with it. Come up. During the process of our fundraising, if anyone has the challenge of our registration, we use things like fundraisers, and we have a calendar that has a lot of our Black history in it. This calendar, although the 2024 calendar and calendars previous have expired as far as dates, the information in this calendar is timeless. Okay, it's your Black history. It tells you about all of your people, your heritage, your ancestors, who did what, when they were born, what their accomplishments were. And so it's really, I call it a keepsake calendar. We use this calendar as a fundraiser. So you can go out and get your sponsors, and this calendar, when we look at a calendar in the store, we say, oh, it's $5, it's $10. This calendar is whatever you want it to be. Because when you're looking for your sponsors, you're asking them to financially cover part of your pageant registration or your pageant registrations. And that means that this calendar, if your registration was $25, the calendar is worth how much? $25. If it's $50, it's worth $50. If it's $100, it's worth $100. So using the calendar as the fundraiser is a way for you to get into the community, also work on your community service. So community service hours, it's 75 hours of community service that's necessary to meet the criteria. Will you do more than that over the process? Absolutely, because we do that just within ourselves, okay? So if you'd like to see the calendar, that's there and available to be passed around. The next thing I want you to grab is the folder, but you can hand that out to somebody if they want to see the calendar. Okay, so, just once you're finished perusing those things, just send them back to the table. Calendars and things like that we'll have available for you. When you start the process, you will get what we call your packet. And inside your packet, you have your handbook and all of the materials necessary. It is a contract. So there is a contract that's involved, and it's your commitment contract. So we already know that we have an 8-week road to Miss Juneteenth. So you have 8 weeks starting in April up to the pageant. And the pageant is when? June 8th, okay? Before the pageant, you have the fashion show, which is June 6th, okay? Previous to those 2 things in June, the delegates will have the opportunity and always be invited to anything that is happening. Previous to the pageant and the fashion show, we will already have done what we call the flag raisings, okay? The flag raisings is when our queens go. We have North Las Vegas, we have Las Vegas, and we have Henderson. So we have 3 cities that we are representing in this valley. And each one of those has a flag raising. Charlie was Historic West Side. and now she's Miss Juneteenth. But as you saw, Courtney was Miss Centennial Hills. Well, we had a Miss Henderson, and we had a Miss Aliante, and did we have Miss Summerlin? There are 22 sashes that are available in the Valley. So there's North Las Vegas, there's downtown, historic West Side, Centennial Hills, and you do get to pick your sash. Okay, thank you, Charlie. We're looking at as well expanding to Reno, Pahrump, because they're all a part of Nevada, okay, in that technical Nevada. So with that said, in your respective areas, especially when you're looking at a city, you have a whole region that you are responsible for. So if you're in North Las Vegas, we have a mayor of North Las Vegas, and there are activities that go on there. And so we invite you absolutely to be involved in any of the things that are in those areas. And then of course, we again piggyback with each other and try to work through the community. So that, I believe that covers all the basics. Parents, did I miss anything? No? Okay. Each year, I gave out this. Does everybody see that one? Okay. This page right here gives you pretty much a listing of our calendar. As Mom said, Miss Juneteenth's mom, there's suggested events, okay? Suggested events. I know that everybody's family has things, that they're doing with their family. You have obligations. You may be on vacation. I do ask if we could try to be at one event per month. That would be fabulous, okay? I try to keep it at 1 to 2, just in case you miss one, you actually have another opportunity. During the process of our 8 weeks, we do some fun things for our bonding. We had our shut-in. We went roller skating. What's something else that we did? Because we did roller skating together.
The movie, The Forge.
Yes, we had The Forge. So, Miss Tamia Dow, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Come, please. My whole goal with our delegates and our ambassadors is to give them opportunities that are just not available to anybody. If you go on Netflix today, there's a movie and it's called The Forge. But when that movie dropped, there was a premiere. Miss Tamia Dow is gonna tell us a little bit about that, please.
Yes, so hello. My name is Tamia Dow, and I'm a part of this illustrious community here. But I'm super excited to be a super sister and part of the Juneteenth. It's so cute. I would not have recognized you. A whole different look. I love it. And you, good to see you. You're so sweet. So anyways, I'm also a filmmaker, so I often get invited to special screenings. And The Forge, if you have not seen it, please go to Netflix or wherever it is and see it. If you have boys, nephews, teenage boys, get them to see this film because it's a powerful message. And the film is about deciding who you are and standing up as a Black man in the story, but also as a woman, as a Black girl, to make a difference in your community and to see yourself as a difference maker in the community. Because often in our society, we don't see that. We're not taught that. So it's a powerful movie, The Forge, but I'm also blessed to get invited to many different, they're called Angel Studio movies. So that is something that I like to allow the young girls to be able to be exposed to. And this year we'll talk about maybe possibly even putting together, maybe they do a film project or something to that effect. Because that's my wheelhouse, My background actually is, I'm a retired police detective with Las Vegas Metro. So that's my background and that's kind of what I bring to the group here. Also a multi-published author, which is something else we might want to look into for the young ladies to be able to put together a compilation where they share their stories, that kind of thing. So I'm really looking at sparking them creatively and helping out in that wheelhouse.
Well, thank you, Ms. Tamia Dow. And again, being very, very humble, Ms. Tamia Dow has 2 days on the calendar that were named for her by Governor Sandoval.
Yes,
And
February
so,
1st, and February 2nd was by Clark County.
Yes.
And
So-
that was for all my stuff that I did when I was in on the police department.
Police department, yes. So my big sisters have just, they knock it out of the park. We have Sparkle here, who's a big sister who offers all of what she does and puts this together to just get us on the ground running. And then the big sisters pick it up from there to keep us moving forward. Again, it is to help each and every one of the young ladies get to their goals, dreams, aspirations, and desires, okay? So how many people have been involved in a pageant before? How many? Well, you're, of course, you're good, you're good. Interested in pageants? Don't like pageants? What's the, that's okay, talk to me. It's fine. I can tell you, honestly, Mom, if you want to do a pageant, Classic Universe Women's a great pageant. Last year I held the title. It's an international title for Classic Universe Women. And it's for women to discover and embrace all your possibilities, okay? So pageants go from, there is a pageant, if you want to be a basket weaver, you'll find a pageant for it. There are pageants for everything. There are doctor pageants, there are earth pageants, there are water pageants. So there's a pageant for everything, okay? Yes, ma'am?
So the moms can be in the pageant?
Yes, mothers can be in a pageant, sure, absolutely. Okay, so daughter, you raised your hand about that. You would like to participate in a pageant, and what is your reasoning for that? What does a pageant mean to you? Okay. Most of the time in pageantry, you have something called a champion cause, okay? As a grown woman, grown.
Do we have to lose weight?
No, you do not. Okay, so, and you don't. There are pageants for everything, everyone, at every stage of your life, okay? Age, everything. So a champion cause is something that you feel that is near and dear to your heart, that you'd like to dedicate yourself to. So, Charlie, what was one of your champion causes?
I wanted to help myself, like, overcome the shyness that I had. Like, I wasn't really always comfortable with my hair, my skin, and things of that sort. And so, the pageant helped me with that, but I also wanted to help empower other young Black girls.
Beautiful, empowerment. Courtney, what was one of your champion causes?
I have to agree with Charlie. I was extremely quiet at first. I had a problem with speaking in front of a room. I would start mumbling. I would get really quiet. Yeah, as I stated before, I just want to show. I have 6 sisters, and I want to show them that their older and younger sister is doing things in the world. I guess.
So we can all hear Courtney now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. During the shut-in, she talked about wanting to do some spokesperson stuff, and so we worked on some podcast stuff for Juneteenth, where she did the reading of the calendar for the specific month. And we're gonna pick that up again. So we're gonna pass that torch on as we continue with the delegates. Anybody else, pageants? We know it, we like it, we don't like it, we have thoughts about it or no thoughts about it.
I don't really have thoughts about it, but I feel like I would rather do majorette or dancing. That's what I like. So I don't know, but I'm kind of like hearing you talk about it. I'm kind of like, okay, I think I can do this. I think I can work with this, and I also think it would help me because I think it would be a start for me to become what I want to do in college, which is pledge and sorority. Yeah, Delta sorority.
Okay.
So I think that would,
yes,
it would be a head start.
Absolutely. So what do you know about majorettes?
So a couple of my family, I think 2 of my aunties I've known, they were pledging, they did sororities, and I look up to them, and I already knew that I wanted to go to college, around 8 years old. I was I already know. I was talking to my mom about it. I was I want to go to college. I don't care. I want to go to college.
Wonderful.
And it looks really good on me. Education looks really, really good on me.
Good.
And so
I was just like, I gotta do this, like, I really want to do this, and I just been putting it into perspective. Every time I talk about it.
Absolutely.
Anytime somebody talks to me about college, what I wanna do, what I want to, do when I grow up,
Sure.
that's literally what I have to say.
Excellent.
That's literally what I say.
Excellent. So the Miss Juneteenth Scholarship Program, we have the other side of it, which is the performing arts side. And we've implemented that in, and we're getting ready to do 4 programs coming up. It's called Empower Her. So it lends to both sides. It lends to the history side, because one of the most important things about your Juneteenth walk is that you get the education of your history, so that you really, really have a solid, rock solid foundation on the shoulders of who you're standing on, your ancestors, and the women who've come before you to pave this path, so that we could be sitting in this room together, okay? So the Empower Her programs will be at 2 libraries. West Las Vegas Library Theater, you're welcome to come to that. That's a free, and it will be on the 15th of March. We will be at Whitney Library. That will be the 13th of March. We also will have an outside program that we do at Hush Puppies. That will come later on in March. Next week we have a private event, but it's our first kickoff of the Empower Her. Last year, both Courtney and Janaya were at Centennial Hills Library when we did the first Empower Her. And so we do 6 women through history. So just so that I can make sure that we cover all the parts for Juneteenth here, does everybody know what the Emancipation Proclamation is?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes.
You wanna give me a little bit? No, I'm talking to you.
Oh. The Emancipation Proclamation is basically what helped free the slaves.
Okay, I'll take that. Okay, we'll work with that. Yeah, okay. Do you know who wrote it? Good, great. Very good, yes, okay. The 13th Amendment. 13th Amendment? Go ahead.
I think that was, abolishing slavery. That's for them for bringing slavery back.
Okay, so the 13th Amendment followed, you're right, yes, let's give it up for that, okay. So what happens is, you have the Emancipation Proclamation, which was the proclamation, and then you had the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, which was the law. Okay, so now it was put into effect. So yes, they can't make you a slave anymore, so we'll take that. General Order number 3. General Order number 3. My young lady in the back in the pink, can you shift her over just a little bit so I can see you? Please, I'm missing you back there. How are you? Good. Okay, so General Order number 3 was the document that they put on the church Reedy Chapel in Galveston, Texas, that said to those who were enslaved that you were free. However, they had not exercised this because they didn't have the manpower for them to actually step out of enslavement in the communities that they were in. Because in Texas, you were free labor, and they didn't want that. Without free labor, the cotton fields weren't being picked, the crops weren't being done, the work wasn't happening. So they were not ready to just let you know that that wonderful piece of paper that was up there was applying to you. So we had the colored troops come in on the ship, which this process with this ship, it's a whole wonderful story. And I really like the process that we do in Juneteenth, going through the stories, because it starts to make it real and bring it to life for each and every one of us. History was my worst subject. I did not like history. And the reason I didn't like history was because in school they were telling me all about European history. What did that have to do with me? Especially when my high school teacher said to me, and the slaves, like her. I'm like, excuse me, but that's what school was like for me growing up. Back then, they did not And we still today really don't have that history class that's letting you know that you came from kings and queens. That's who you are. That's really who you are. And so Juneteenth, what I like to do, especially with Miss D, is we go back through these stories, we kick them up into high gear so that you can feel good about yourself and know that all of what has been placed in you is not just there. There is a reason for it. And the reason for it is for you to shine. And we do that well in our communities when we have that information. If we don't have the information, that we wind up faltering. So, because I don't want to labor us and keep us all day, are there any questions that you have for me before I get to that next hurdle? Yes.
I just want to say one thing before I go. I believe some of you guys know that the word for this year, with everything that we and our team have been building, is decision making. Decision making is so critical and is so important, especially with the climate of what we're dealing with today. So when you hear Miss Marquis and you hear Miss D and you hear these moms and you hear from these other young ladies that have walked the walk, I need y'all to understand that it's way deeper and it's way more impactful in the long run if you really take it seriously what's being presented in front of you, right? It's not just about being in a program for 6 to 8 months. It's not just about the stories that you hear. This opportunity can truly change your life, right? And the way it changes your life is because you get exposed to something so different that it can shift your decision making. Do you understand that, Maya? Right? You understand that, Adriana? Right? You say college looks good on you, right? So you guys, when you get asked to be in rooms like this is history that's sitting in front of you that y'all don't even know how deep this history is. Like literally, y'all really don't know how deep the history is that's sitting in front of you. These are two historians. They're not just two cute people that got on red and gold over the mustard gold over there. These are women that have created legacy for us to be able to continue to keep the legacy and the torch going. How many of you in this room, and I want to just talk to my girls, how many of you guys really understand what's happening in politics right now when it comes to our Black history? Who understands that? Do you know what's happening, Maya? What's happening? Don't look at your mom, I'm talking to you. What's happening right now? So you don't know what's happening, do you? I don't understand sign language. Huh? What's happening right now, Zion?
They're trying to silence us.
They are trying to erase our Black history. Do you understand that? How critical that is? They are trying to erase your Black history. So when you sit in front of somebody that I'm telling y'all are historians, if they knew what we was doing right here, we would be trying to find an underground railroad.
Right.
I need y'all to understand just how real it is right now, right? So when you have someone like Miss Marquis and Miss D, even when you have Miss Carol, right? We don't understand that it's so important that our decision making is shifted right now. They've already done the work. It's up to y'all. So when you have people like...
Can I say one thing while you're talking about the days and Juneteenth, they're trying to cut out the Juneteenth, the holidays.
That you just said.
Juneteenth is a federal Title V holiday. They cannot cancel it. We are embroidered in, we're registered in Title, as a Title V in the 36th part of the listing of holidays. You know, they cannot take that away from you. So you know, there are 4th of July, they're not gonna take away, they're not taking away Martin Luther King because these are federal holidays and under Title V, which says they cannot be removed. So there may be some other dates that Soldiers Day, we have a Buffalo Soldiers Day. They can take that away, that's a state holiday, you can ignore something like that. We actually have a recognition of Juneteenth from 2011 that we got. Those days, something like that, they can ignore, but as a Title V holiday, you can tell anyone, we will be out here, June 19th, we will be somewhere in the city, we will be in Henderson, we will be recognized. They cannot stop your recognition of Juneteenth. It is covered. It is something that cannot be erased. So that's a given. I wanna make sure, because that's the question that came up, and there's a little fine print at the bottom of the list that says federal holidays, but then they still said that it was gonna be canceled. No, Juneteenth is not canceled. We worked 30 years on the national level to get the day recognized in 2021. We are clear. Now we have 26, 28 states that have state holidays in partnership with the federal holiday, the national holiday. So Juneteenth, you have.
This is why I need y'all to understand, y'all sitting in front of history. She was there when they made Juneteenth a federal holiday. This is history. So as you guys sit and get more information about this program, understand it's way deeper than you being shy. It's way deeper than I don't want to put on a dress. It's way deeper, I got other things I could be doing. It's deeper than that. You can be the next one that can take it and give it to the next girl. That's empowerment. That's what Karina does. That's what my girl over there do.
Okay,
See,
y'all, so I'm listening to her.
That's what I do. That's
yes,
what she
and, y'all,
does.
and bless you. Now y'all need to know, when I joined the police department in 1989, I was the only black female face out there on the road. So when she talking about historian and history, y'all got one standing right here.
Another historian.
Okay, so I just want you guys to realize that. I know my girl back there wants to go into law enforcement, and I totally want you to follow that and do that and go after it, because there's not enough people who look like us that are doing it. And right now, with this DEI stuff, opportunities are closing down, so we have to be even more better than our competition for us to get where we need to go. But the thing is, we can and we will, right? So you have to make up your mind and decide, what do you want? And then what you need to do to get it. Because if you sit here and talk about you don't want to wear a dress, do you know I wore pants and boots for 30 years of my life? I was in the military and on the police department. What am I wearing now? A dress, okay? Choosing it, by choice to wear a dress, okay? So don't let those little things you say, I don't want to get up that early, or I don't want this. You know what? If you want it, you will do it, okay?
Yes. So I just wanted to drop that on you guys, because I really need my girls, like I deal with you guys on a regular, and I really need y'all to understand, don't take the moments you guys are in this room at the surface, because this is not surface, this is deeper. And every one of you guys can play a role in the depth of how we are represented and how we are respected, and the doors of opportunities that can open up for every single one of you. You told me you want to be a lawyer, right? I don't know exactly what you want to do yet, but I know you're in the arts. You want to go to college. You guys have so much, and being a part of this, it helps build the foundation for that to be strong enough for you to be able to obtain it. Okay? So I just wanted to throw that out to y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you so much.
Wait, don't run
I
off, we're
love
gonna
you,
take a
Miss D.
picture.
Oh, I'm not taking pictures today. I
No,
can
you
take
can
it with
stand
my
behind me,
boys.
but we gonna,
I can't today.
Come on, stop it.
I'm sorry, we can do it next week, I swear, I am not.
What we doing next week?
I
We got
can't.
flags.
We can do it, not today. I'm sorry, not today. I'm on 2 hours sleep in the last 2 days. I'm exhausted. I've had 2 events today.
You
twin
taking a picture?
boys.
What's wrong with you?
So, I love y'all.
Thank you.
I love you guys.
Good to see you,
I
Sparkle.
love
Have that flag.
Bye, you guys.
Juneteenth has its own flag. It is red, white, and blue.
Wait, what happened?
Juneteenth.
What happened?
Oh, do we have them?
We have one.
Okay, all right, y'all, Black History Month.
I've got one in the car.
I have one, I have a couple.
You got one here?
Okay, so as we segue, because again, it's Sunday afternoon, so I don't wanna linger on, and we've heard a lot from us. And Ms. Sparkle opened up the door so that I can now hear just a little from you before we close this out. So, my young lady in the back, what is your name, hon?
Mia.
Mia, and what is it that you would like to do, Mia?
I want to be a pediatric nurse.
A pediatric nurse, okay. We're looking at some school in there. You like biology, huh? Yes, very good. Definitely gonna be instrumental in helping us stay healthy because you'll know about the body and what we need to do to stay healthy. Very good. Thank you, Mia. Thank you for sharing that.
My name is Samarja, and I'm into work, like anything fine, and I'm not sure exactly what I want to do, but I want it to relate to what I love doing most, which is like either being a teacher or something, or having my own like art museum for Black people.
So you're creative. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. And say your name for me again.
Samaya.
Samaya? Samaya. Got it. I have to log in. Thank you for sharing, Samaya.
Oh, ultrasound tech.
Ultrasound tech. Okay. So y'all can work together there. You got a pediatric and you're gonna need some ultrasound somewhere in there, so that works, yes. Majorettes, it's funny that you said that. My mother was a majorette. She didn't pledge, so the two things are separate, but yes. And background in dance. So we have some artistic stuff here. Your name for me, please. Maya? So do I have two Mayas?
There's a Mia and a Maya.
A Mia and a Maya. Okay, go ahead. Cosmetology. Okay, great room to be in for cosmetology. That's great. Yeah. We're gonna wear makeup, so let's make it happen, okay? Let's start with them lashes and get it all together. I don't leave home without them. There you go. Very good.
Meet Gracie.
Right.
To learn how to take care of
There you go.
skin.
Skin before you do makeup. Yeah.
My name is Praise, and I want to be a study law, be a prosecutor.
Okay. Okay. All right, Grace. Yes.
My name is Zion, and I want to be a lawyer. She got that from me. And
How many commercials have we seen lately that said two brothers are lawyers?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Start a partnership.
Yes. That's it. Well, as everybody would think, and you know, when you think about a pageant, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's involved. How much is it? What is that? So on and so forth. I gave you all an index card, and I'm gonna pass out pens for those index cards. So, if you have it, so the index cards are for my young ladies, and so each of them should grab that index card that was there.
thank you.
Okay, and then just take up. Yep, it's for her. Yep. Go get the index card. Is there one? Okay. Do we have any others in the back? Here we go.
I'm right here.
Maya, why don't you need one? You're not interested, or are you gonna be our quiet person this year?
You got it?
quiet.
You got one?
We'll bring you out.
Got one?
Yeah. I cannot make a presentation without stopping.
Okay, so here we go. We have our index cards, right? And everybody that has an index card has a pen, right? Okay, so on the index card, the first thing I'd like you to write down is an affiliation. So this could be an affiliation, your church affiliation, an organization that you're affiliated with. My parents were affiliated with the Veterans of Foreign War, that was the VFW. They were affiliated, I was affiliated with the Girl Scouts. So just on your card, number one, an affiliation. So that could be a family affiliation, the church you go to, a business that you like, organization, okay? You got it? Let me know when you're done.
She doesn't understand what you're saying.
She said affiliation. Affiliation would be a church that you go to. Okay, so is there
that you belong
a group
with?
that you belong to? Maybe the Girl Scouts. It could be,
Would it be,
if you're affiliated with Sparkle, put our organization down. Okay? All right. So we're going on to number 2. Number 2. This is in your respective neighborhood where you're living, a store that you frequent, a restaurant that might be your favorite.
She said Walmart.
Hey, it works. If it's a store that you frequent and someplace that you like to go. So this is some place that you frequent, some places you like to go. If you walked in this store, they'd say, hi. And not just, welcome in, welcome in. Okay. Okay. And then the third thing would be one business. It could be a family business, it could be a friend's business, it could be your hair salon, it could be your dad's barber shop, it could be the bookstore. One store that you are affiliated, one business that you are affiliated with. Okay, so somebody might own a funeral parlor down the street, or a boutique shoe store. Are we there? We good? Everybody done? Okay. We good?
Yeah.
All right. So on the top of that page, while you figure out that last part, put your name, okay? And then put your telephone number next to that, okay?
At the top?
Yes, at the top. We good? All right. Thank you for following directions on that. And so now we're gonna move into that next little part, so we can really suss this out and see and flush it out. And I wanna use my girls again, Charlie and Courtney, because we did this. Pageants, everybody has that, oh no, I can't get involved in a pageant, it's too expensive, I won't be able to have the money. It's always the question that comes up. How much is this going to cost? How much? How much? How much? Come on up, Charlie. Come on up. Did we break any banks? No? Moms? Did we break any banks?
I'm gonna keep it 100. Atlanta told me up, but other than that, no.
Yeah, she's talking about national. She's talking about national, so.
Oh, yeah, but no, not at all, no.
Miss Teresa? We break any banks?
No.
Okay, we have really great super sisters and we have really great affiliate businesses, entrepreneurs that jump in and take up a lot of slack for us and help us out. That's why we do a lot of the fashion shows. We have designers that work with us. So we have opportunities for those things. The reason that you've taken that card and wrote down your affiliations is, Charlie, grab your calendar. Part of what you have to do is have sponsorship. So sponsorship can be used to sponsor you into the pageant. And as you're being sponsored in the pageant, you are giving something. This is what we call the quid pro quo. So, is it Justin?
Oh, yeah, Justin.
Justin, thank you. Justin has a business. He's also one of the dads. And he says, well, I'm gonna sponsor my daughter in the pageant. And so he says, I'll sponsor her And you get a sponsor page in the booklet, right? You also, because you sponsored, now you're gonna get the calendar. So now that's the quid pro quo, so we have the give and get for that. But now she also is sponsored and her registration is taken care of, okay? He says, well, I don't wanna do the whole sponsorship, so he says, I'll do a piece of it and I'm gonna have her go down to that favorite restaurant on your list so that they pick up the second half of that tab. We are in Black History Month. Registration for pageants start way in the stratosphere. Registration for Miss Juneteenth, Nevada is $300, but for Black History Month, it's 50% off, which makes it how much? $150. 3 calendars at $50, 1 calendar at $200 or $150. You can do 25, then 6 calendars for 25. It is the way for us to do 2 things. 1, get your sponsorship. 2, get you out in the community, so you start that community service. It makes it really easy. 1, because you already have 3 names on the list, and from those 3 names, you can knock it all out. This isn't something that we are doing for a money grab or a gouge, not at all. It's a way to use this process to continuously help you to move to the next level. It's necessary to get out in front of somebody to say, hi, I'm Courtney Mix and I'm running for
Miss Juneteenth, Nevada.
And I need a
Sponsorship.
And so for the sponsorship I have,
Calendar?
yes, and I'd like you to sponsor me for the pageant, yes. Okay? Charlie, if you looked at the book, Charlie had a few sponsors in there as well. Family sponsor, you had
Jovan
Jackson sponsored. So again, you can use your family, you can use your friends, you can step out into the community. We also, with our big sisters, like we have Tamia Dow over there, we needed a photographer. She goes to enough events, she grabbed a photographer from another event and brought him, and we winded up, and he has been with us ever since the pageant. So we continue to connect and build and grow. We are a nonprofit 501c3, okay? So as a nonprofit, everything that we do is for fundraising and donations. We are a scholarship program, so you know the money's coming back because as you said, you wanted to go to cosmetology school, okay? So cosmetology school, once you take a place, our first runner-up was $800 for scholarship. Our second runner-up was $700 for scholarship. Charlie received the crown, so you had your $1,500 scholarship. And Courtney was part of the Queen of Courts, but Courtney, did we not call you and get you a scholarship too? So she's going to CSN, and we just happen again to be sitting in a room with somebody that said, oh, I want to give her a scholarship. She's going off to college. Did you follow through?
Just starting soon.
Good. So that's all taken care of there. We don't want anybody to get left behind. That's not what this is about. It's about you getting to the goals, dreams, and aspirations that each individually you have. We're looking to partner with people that can get you to those places, as well as open up doors for you to do some of the things you want to do. You want to dance? I have a whole background in dance, so we can dance your life away if you'd like to do that. I've literally traveled the entire world dancing, so that's a wonderful thing, and of course, still involved in that community. So we will find the people, lawyers. Sparkle knows some, we know some as well. We'll get those connections made for you so that you can have that done. Pediatric nurse is what you said back there. Again, always looking to bridge the gap between, we have plenty of makeup artists and creatives. They're all around us. Look around the room, they're all right here with you. So that is what the program we're looking to do. For those of you who go ahead and take the step to sign up today, we'll get you started. You have the girls here that can help you out. If you have any questions for me, we have our hotline number and all of our information. I don't wanna labor and keep you all day. It was a great Sunday afternoon. I wanna thank you for your time. Please, if you have any questions, I'm here.
I have a statement before you go questions. Dancing, history.
Okay,
She skipped, no.
Rocket.
She was one of the first black Rockettes in New York. That's history. And she's still in touch with them, they still see each other, they're part of the sisterhood also. So again, you don't realize that your life is history.
Yeah.
You look back and you start telling people about what you've done in the last 5-10 years, and you realize that didn't happen when I was younger. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, I had no idea that I was gonna be able to meet three mayors, 5 governors, assembly people, senators, state senators, federal senators. I had no plans on this. This is just something that came about. I was working genealogy. I started helping in the office, in the Juneteenth office in Chicago. I came out here for vacation. It was not a plan, but it has occurred. You don't know where life is leading you, so if you see a door open it up, peep in, look, see if there is something that really attracts you. It may not be that particular thing, but it may lead you into something else. Genealogy led me into history. It led me into working with a farming group in Chicago where they were teaching the children how to grow their food and learn that the French fries from McDonald's actually came out the ground.
Oh,
You know, they grew, let me tell you, and I'll be through. They were stacking tires. They filled the tire with dirt. They put the pieces of the potatoes in the tires, and when the time came, all they did was move the tires and the potatoes fell out. This was something that we had done differently. They also had worms, and they took the water from the worms and they fertilized the corn. They had corn, they had chickens, we had a number of things in Illinois before I came out here for farming. And I came out here and they said, well, you know, can you help us a little bit with Juneteenth? You've been working in the Chicago office, and that was 20 years ago.
Here we are.
Here we are.
So those cards that you have, I'm gonna take them from you, but I like you to put your desired sash. So right now, all sashes for 2025-26 are up and available. You have Las Vegas, North Las Vegas, downtown Las Vegas, historic West Side is still available, Henderson is available, Centennial Hills, Aliante, Paradise, Summerlin. I don't know all of them, but if you know that your area name, put it down. And then we would love to take a picture.
Your location? Because I live in Centennial Hills, so mine has Centennial Hills.
Everybody good? Remember, sashes and names for sashes come first serve. West Side? West Side? And North Las Vegas? So it's either historic West Side or North Las Vegas? Gotcha.
North Las Vegas. Okay, so your sash would say North Las Vegas. Yes, because you know how my sash is Centennial Hills.
That's 2.
That's where I live. I live in Centennial Hills.
Summerlin. Okay.
That'd be the historic West Side. This is the side of town we're on right now. That's what it's the historic West Side.
The West Side.
Downtown Las Vegas.
West Side? West Side?
I have Providence?
West Side.
Providence.
Oh, come on.
So Ty, where you think? Sky Canyon. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Hey, look, do that side.
Everybody, there's just been an announcement that Ms. Karina said that
I said that the Sisters That Paint Foundation as well as New Era will also sponsor the girl.
Me, okay? Charlie is standing here. The cards that I have in my hand, okay? This is not a race. I have all the cards here. I have 3 or 4 Historic West Side, so there's only one Historic West Side, okay? There's only one sash for Historic West Side. To get a sash and to keep it, you can do one of 2 things. You can cash out, or you can QR code. You can pay the full amount, or you can put a $25 deposit down. Whichever one comes in first, I will know, because I will see that sequentially for your sash. So, this is the time that you make a decision that you would like to be in the pageant and become a delegate. You can put a $25 deposit down to hold your sash. And then when we start our Road to Miss Juneteenth, which is April, okay, you have until April to pay the balance of the $150. Today locks in your $150, okay? You'll have that all the way until April 1st. We do have 2 more meet and greets that 3 more, excuse me. The last meet and greet, for those who decide that they do want to be delegates, we ask that you please join us at the West Las Vegas Library for their kicking off. China has put in a party for us to kick off our Road to Miss Juneteenth. That will happen on March 29th at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. So that will be our kickoff party. That's basically everybody's gonna come together. We're gonna meet everybody, say hello, and it would be the very last chance for anybody that would like to become a delegate and walk the 8-week road to Miss Juneteenth. Okay, so Charlie has a QR code there. It's also sitting there. I have one on the table here. And I have cards here. I'm gonna put my glasses back on so I can actually see them. And if you have any questions, this is now the time as well. We wanna take a picture so we make sure that we capture this moment. Did we have a nice time this afternoon?
Yes.
Okay, did we have questions? If we have questions, let's get them out and let's get them answered. If you have any questions.
Any questions?
No, you good?
How much is the stashes? How much are they?
You pay the registration, everything else is getting for you. So, okay. That's, all that stuff is covered. This one she got for winning. So as you can see, this one doesn't have the rhinestones on it, but it does have the wonderful little.
And you do get to keep it too.
Yes, okay, those are yours. So everything that you get in the program, it's yours. We don't ask for them back. The crowns are there. She has her first crown and she has her crown for queen. And she has her crown. And when things happen, we make concessions because we know we try to make sure it don't get broke, but I did. I broke mine as well, and I had to fix it. I was like, oh. Yeah, so, but I will say this: your sashes become part of your outfit. Okay. Once you become a delegate, this is like your new uniform. You wear it all the time, and people will stop you and ask you about it. And this also helps you with the process of learning how to stand in front of people, talk to them, tell them. There are still people who do not know what Juneteenth is. It's pretty scary, but it's true, okay? So, if there are no questions for me, yes?
Do we have any 13-year-olds that will be 14 by the end of the?
Okay, so you just need to be 14 by the end of the year to be in the program this year. If you're not 14 today, will you be 14 before December 31st? Will you be, she will be. Okay, so she's fine. Okay, we're good, all right? Yes? Questions? No? Good? All right, let's get a picture done, and so we can get, everybody can get done with the rest of their day. Moms, you're welcome. Dads, you're welcome. Families, you're welcome. Thank you so much.